Welcome to the Cool Fireman Podcast, a virtual firehouse kitchen table with What's a Rolfie, Unky, Fireman 1231, JDB Cubed, and Fireman Freddy. Let's get to the show.
Welcome back to the Cool Fireman Podcast. Here we are. We got Matt, Unky, Fireman Freddy. We're all here hanging out today. Today's topic I want to talk about is station monies. Everything from kitty dues, staples, dinner clubs, if you got a soda fund, candy fund, whatever it is.
Lotto.
You probably have Lotto. They probably have an avocado one on the West Coast. We're all going to talk about it.
Money. Everybody's worried about money. How many fights do you get about money at the association meetings?
At the association meeting, as a former treasurer of mine, all the time. Dude, why am I paying my dues? Why aren't you doing this? Where's my sticker? That's where they complain. That was the biggest complaint is I pay X amount of dues. Where's my sticker?
Go on that seat.
We're like, everybody gets a sticker when they join. And after that, it's, we can't supply. I mean, we can. I was like, I'm sorry that you bought a new car and that you need a new sticker, But yeah, association money, always so much fun.
Yeah.
Isn't it, Fred?
So where do we want to start? You want to start with union dues? Do you want to start with staples, like the stuff that all the units can use? There's, you can also talk about how everybody does their groceries. Does everybody pay in at the beginning of the cycle or the beginning of the day?
I like it.
Go shopping and then separate it by however many people are working. Where do you want to start?
Well, might as well start, since Matt brought it up, association dues. We're all professional firefighters. We're all paid gentlemen. So, Matt, what are y'all's dues? How much do they run?
So all our money is all pooled into one little lump thing. They make it easy for us. It comes out of our paycheck, which is super nice. Although, it doesn't, whatever. Yes, it's basically, they make it easy because it comes out of our paycheck. It is like $100.32 every paycheck. And that includes everything though. That includes all of our union due stuff. It includes our staples.
It includes staples. Okay.
So I probably should know exactly the itemization of how things are taken out of my paycheck, but this is the part of being a fireman, in my opinion, that is kind of like a go with the flow type thing. We're going to talk about in the next 25 minutes about how some people like ranch and some people like balsamic vinegar, and some people think that rice should be on the staples list, and some people don't.
It absolutely is on the staples.
It absolutely is on the staples list. It's on our list. Is it on your list? So
yeah.
So what I'm saying is we've talked about this a million times about how many different personalities are in the fire service, right? 10. No, there's more than that. There's so many more than that. We don't need to go. That's a whole nother day. We're going to bring in a psychologist, and he's going to explain to us how
we kind of did have somebody. Remember when Frank was on here? There's 4 people.
That's true. Yes, there's but yeah, that's not really like, well, I guess that is. Yeah. You got
Nice to have all 12 personalities.
The charger, heart toaster, the complainer, and the corner mutt. See, I was listening. I actually brought this up at the coffee table with my boys one time, and they said, you need to listen to that podcast. If you don't listen to any of our other podcasts, you need to listen to that one. It's really good. Man, that was a really good podcast, man, about leadership. And it's a big deal. I talked about this with Frank. It's a big deal in our fire department right now just because there's so many people moving up and taking leadership roles at a young age or even at a young part of our career. So that podcast was awesome. Okay, we just ran a tangent there.
Welcome to the Cool Fireman Podcast.
So this is the part of being a fireman that's like, go with the flow. You're not going to please everybody. Like I said, some people like ranch, some people don't. Oh, I don't eat peanut butter, or I eat chunky peanut butter. Well, yeah, for fuck's sake, man. Like 85% of the people do, so it's on there. Leave it alone. So anyway, so $100 comes out of my paycheck. That entails everything though. That's like our staples, which is like I think like $40 out of that is our staples, and then our pack fund and our union dues, if you will, all come out of there.
Mm-hmm.
So not too bad. I mean, that's some dough. That's some dough.
Do y'all have a union hall?
We do not have a union hall. We need a union hall. We would love a union hall. There's just in Laguna, there's just no
lagging on my end.
Is it? There's no in Laguna Beach, like there's no space for us to like rent a place. I mean, everything is so expensive. I think we lost Donkey. Everything is so expensive, and to even like have an office, it would be insane. It would cost us so much money. In fact, we do a couple of pancake breakfasts every year for the community and stuff. But we have to rent the griddles, and literally to rent 4 griddles, 4 tables, and the stands. I want to say it's almost $700. And so I'm like, dude, we could buy or get donated to us from Blackstone 4 36-inch griddles for like $400 a pop, or maybe they would even help us out a little bit. And actually, that reminds me, I need to get them our union letterhead because they got back to me. But anyways, but we need some place to store that stuff, and so we want a big box trailer. And we have no place to put it. We have no place to put it. There's 0 place to put it unless we're gonna like put it in the ocean or something. I don't know. So that's been the toughest part. But our staples, we have a huge long list. I mean, just like you guys, everybody probably has all the dressings, the peanut butters, the jellies, the butter, rice. What else? What else is on there that I'm missing?
Butter, rice, flour, peanut butter, seasonings, oils like olive oil, Crisco.
Yeah.
Mayonnaise.
What like, is there something on there that's kind of funky? Do you guys, like there's been nationwide shortage of that everybody in my department just freaks out about is sriracha. Sriracha.
We have Frank's on our Sweet Baby Ray's. It's kind of like, it's funny. It's funny because you say like just the staples, but there might be people listening to us. It's like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about with staple. Like to us, when you say like, oh, that's a staples item, like literally, I think all of us could rattle off 30 different things that would be like a staple in a kitchen, something that every kitchen needs to have. Flour, sugar, breadcrumbs is on ours, oils and stuff. For our staples fund, it's $1 per day per guy plus 1. So at Station 1, it's $7 a day because we have six members. So for an entire cycle, it's $21 that we pay into staples. And for us, it's $40 a cycle. So when you come in on your first day of the cycle, usually you throw $40 in the we call it the cookbook. You put $40 in, and then over those 3 days out of 6 people, you have $240 to spend? Well, minus 21. So you try and spend about $70 a day on 2 meals is where we try and keep our line. On my unit is especially nice because we all have no problem chipping in a little extra money, whether it's on the last day or what have you, to eat better. We're not looking to have grilled cheese and Mrs. Grass soup for 2 meals on the last day of the cycle just because we ran out of money. And one thing that my unit, the best unit, one thing that we are very passionate about when you go shopping, we just had to school the new guy. We got a new guy, just got hired in. He had 15 years on with another fire department, and now he was a lieutenant. He just came and joined us. So again with the veteran rookie, but he went shopping on his very first 24-hour shift, and somebody forgot to tell him he didn't buy drumsticks. We have like this thing. You go shopping, you got to get sticks. That's what we call them. We call them sticks. You go shopping? Yeah. You got sticks? Yeah, I got sticks. They had Oreo ones today. Nice. After dinner, it's nice to sit around that table. Everybody has a drumstick. Kind of chit-chat. We've been playing a lot of ping pong lately, too. But that's us. $40 a shift to spend on food. And then out of that $40, you kick in $3, realistically, for staples.
Unky, you have anything to say?
It gets so confusing, to be 100% honest with you. And so it's kind of good that we keep, like, we have a book and everything is tracked. Otherwise, I feel like money would get lost.
Okay, Fred. So yeah, okay, you pay per paycheck, or you guys said you just pay cash, right? Nothing comes out of your paycheck.
Our union dues come out, but not for food or staples.
Okay, so our treasurer for our association writes a check to each station for staples every month. So the first of the month, you go down to station 2, and there's 4 checks because we have 4 stations. $125, I think. $125 for the month, and that gets you all your staples. And then dinner is and chow is totally separate. And, every day we've talked about this, where we go out in the morning or in the afternoon, whenever we can, shop, and we just divide it up by however many people eat. That's it. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's $10, sometimes it's $8, sometimes it's $15, depending on what we get. But
that was my first department. What do we want to eat today? Oh, we want to splurge a little bit. Okay, it's going to be a little more expensive for everybody. And it was what it was. There's some days you made tacos and it was $3 a guy, or there's some days you made whatever, pulled pork or you made ribs or something like that, and it ended up being like a $15 a day for guys. That was my first department.
The one nice thing that we've done in our department is we got rid of cash. So like before Venmo, we would just buy dinner, and then everybody was, hey, it was $8. Okay, $8 or $8.50, whatever. And like, she's like, really, like 50 cents? Like you just get gypped, or you just go round it up to 9 or whatever it would be, right? But half the people never had cash. So then in your head, you're like, okay, wait, 3 shifts. You owed me $8 there, $10 there. That's 18 plus 7 is 25. So you owe me $25. And they're like, wait, what? Oh my God, it was an absolute nightmare. So one of the things that sounds like you guys still throw $40 in your little thingamajigger. And it's like, do you guys ever have problems with people not paying, or you're like short? Or how do you even, is it honest?
No, we have
our system or what?
Yeah, we have something called cookbook, or the books. And it's literally, every day you work, each person that threw in, their name gets written down. And then you have your receipt from Kroger where we shop. You got it. It's an Excel spreadsheet that gets printed, and how much you spent, how much money came in, and what the rollover is. And then it goes in the book. So then the next day you see at the bottom, $52 was rolled over. And then you have guys above. Kyle is working an overtime shift today. He threw in 13. Jim threw in his 40 because he didn't pay last day or something like that. And then you just got to keep it. That's why we have like an accounting system, and the lieutenants every month, they audit it to make sure that everything's on the up and up. But it's actually, I'll be 100% honest with you, it's a significantly better system, I think, than the one I was working with, which is weird because when I first got to my spot that I'm at right now, I was very against it, defiant, or what. I'm like, oh, this is so dumb. Just go shop and figure out how much we owe. And they're like, nope, do it this way. And now that I've been in it for like 18 months, dude, it's beautiful. It's beautiful because you know how much it's $40 a week. And if you work only 2 shifts this week, then you only owe 26.
So you guys get $70 for 2 meals. How many people you have to feed?
At station 1, it's 6. At station 2, it's 4. And that's a $53 budget usually. But like I said, there's a lot of times that we go over and it's like, hey, there's an assessment of $4 a guy because, we were a little short. Oh, okay. No big deal. And there has never been somebody that's like, nope, not paying.
Right. Because then you get a soap
How do you guys do food? The government just lets you go to the chow hall, right?
Nope.
What do you got? What do you guys do for staples?
So you go to the chow hall, or
We do our kitty at my station. We're different than anybody else in my fire department. It's $5 a month. That just covers the basic condiments: ketchup, mustard, mayo, ranch. Surprisingly, we do not have Italian dressing in this firehouse. Your flour, your sugar, stuff like that. But anything else, if you want rice, you buy it. Everybody buys the meal. We sign up at the beginning of the month. Usually I'm the one that sits down and figures out how many people, how many days you're going to be covering dinner. And you got to cover a breakfast on the weekend. So I'll come out with a number like, all right, Freddie, you got 4 dinners and 1 breakfast. And then we're trying to schedule it out. So you'll pick whatever days. We got a list of everybody's name on it, what day you work. And you got to just highlight your name. And I go back and review it because there's always a few people that don't care. And I try to squeeze everybody, manipulate the list to make sure everybody gets their days. Everybody at my station, nobody cooks a cheap meal. Nothing real. We're not having, we do have hot dogs and french fries, a lot, but we all know. We're not having like grilled cheese and whatever lady soup you said. And, but so it's $5 a month. You make sure everybody's fed. If anybody's got a problem with it, the firehouse will tell you. But everything else we just kind of bring in. Nobody's hurting. It's only a 4-man engine house, with a total of 10 people assigned to it. So we just keep it really easy peasy. We got a soda fund, 50 cents for a can of soda, and sometimes it has money because depending on the grocery store. Sometimes we'll have a couple bucks in there. Sometimes we'll be just breaking even. But nobody in my station really cares about making money. We just want a soda there. When I want a soda, I want to be able to go walk in there and grab one. So, and we have the internet. So we have one guy that's in charge of it. So at the end of every year, he just comes out with a bill and says, this is X amount of dollars. That's it.
What's the internet?
Cool. So that's pretty much about it for us. We keep it easy peasy. Our union dues are just over $20 a month.
Oh, wow.
We're about 300 people in it. Once that gets you, of course, you get your sticker. You get a cup. Yeah.
Cup?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We well, at least when I was there, we had like the steel thermos ones, whatever, the Yeti wannabes. Yeah. And we gave them out, put a fancy sticker on it. We don't have a union home. Before COVID, we were rent out from the DAV, and we were rent from them. Since COVID, we have not had a face-to-face meeting.
Really? Still on Zoom?
Not even that.
Really?
You talk to your vice president. Your vice president runs your district or your battalion. How you want to translate it. So we have 6 vice presidents, a president, then you got secretary treasurer. The secretary treasurer tends to look after retirees. Those are his people.
Oh, okay.
And so basically the e-board, they do Zoom meetings all the time, text messages and phone calls. So they'll come out with an agenda, what's going on, and then it's up to the vice president to get out there to his stations in both shifts and let them know. Everybody has a closed Facebook page, that the outside can't see. And they just sit there and discuss, and they kind of vote, have little town hall meetings. There's a couple of vice presidents actually had people over their house to sit there and discuss issues. And then they go back to the e-board and they vote on that. So what you get for your money, your station gets a grill, about depending on the size of the station, how much money you get towards a grill. And really, we've been fighting on contracts. Our contract expired about 6-8 years ago.
Oh, Jesus. What?
We agreed upon one 2 years ago. We got it signed off by the fire chief and everybody. We sent it up to the Pentagon to be approved. Of course, they kicked it back because Trump was in office, and a couple executive orders he put in place kicked it back. So we all agreed upon it. We'll wait till he's out of office, be it in, was at a time, a year, 2 years, or 6 more years. We'll wait till he gets out of office, and then we're going to file the same thing right back at him. So just like any other place, you get a verbal agreement with management, gives them 100% chance to back out. So they backed out and said, "No, we're not resubmitting that contract." Like, we all agreed to it. No. So now he won an FLRA case, and now he's merging us with the rest of the East Coast. We're going from, he's only attacking the IAFF unions. He let the AFGE ones alone. So he's union busting.
How kind.
And he's smashing 7 unions into one. So, and the AFGE ones are still single.
I can't even.
Yeah. It is what it is. FRA ruled it, blah, blah, blah. I got a lot of personal opinions on that I'll put on record.
I like my job.
Yeah. All right.
So, Unky, you're at 20. Matt, you're at 100.
100 a paycheck, dude. We're at $200 a month.
Oh, really?
Luke.
Actually, I think that's probably what we're at. 200.
That's with everything, though. That's not just Staples. We're talking Staples. I'd probably say we're at about $80 a month, on Staples.
Yeah.
Which is whatever, But we do. So we started a few years ago before COVID. It was like maybe 2016, 17. One station started putting, every time you'd work overtime, we'd put $5 in the can. So we did that instead of buying ice cream. So, hey, if you want to put $5 in the can, put $5 in the can, or if you want to buy ice cream, buy ice cream. A lot of people just did both because, whatever. And so what we were doing, we were doing was we were just building a little kitty for extra stuff for the station. So if we needed a TV or we needed a new router or whatever, we'd have this little bit of cash of money, because previous to that, we would just say, hey, we need a new TV. Okay, it's going to cost us $1,000. 1,000 divided by 9 guys that are at the station. We'd all chip in.
Everybody chip in. Yeah.
Right. So now we have this kitty to blow. That thing grew legs like crazy. And there's a long story that has.
Now you've bought real estate with it.
Well, so they, so like a few years after we had started that, and it was flourishing. It was just thriving. Hey, quit it. We were thriving with it. Everybody else wanted to get in on it, and now they changed all the overtime spots to one station for whatever reason, and so all the money was going up to this one station. So then we started saying, hey, we need to just pool all the money together and just make it all 4 stations, and then we just request, hey, if we need something, then, so that we made it that. And so now we have that, and I think we have like $13,000 in that fund right now.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So we're actually trying to maybe buy that box trailer that I was telling you about earlier.
Oh yeah.
But with that or whatever. So, we could buy whatever. If you want like a meat thermometer, whatever. I don't know. There's a bunch of other, but
we just,
we just we have a charities committee. We just kind of established its own little branch of our bank account, if you will, on within it. So now what I'm trying to do is and stay tuned to Fireman Freddy posts, because we're selling t-shirts for the Woodward Dream Cruise out here. It's a big, like, classic car dream cruise that's been going on for like 50 years. So every year, and it goes through our town. So every year we make t-shirts that say something on it. And actually, funny story is I have it right here, because I am now the chair of the t-shirt committee. But we're going to be selling these t-shirts. I don't know if you can see the logo.
Okay. Yeah.
That's cool. So we'll be selling that, and the money that we raise is going to go into our charities account, which we then we're going to do breast cancer shirts this year. We can, if another fire department is having like a golf outing, we can take money from that charity account and buy a foursome, because it's supporting another charity, and then we'll send 4 guys to do a golf outing. Or if there's like a wild game dinner, we'll buy a table for $1,000 or something like that. That way we're taking that money, we're supporting other unions or other locals, other fire departments. And then we have that ability that, if somebody falls on hard times, we can make a donation to them too. So it's, there is a lot of money that flies around fire departments, but if we're being honest, at least in my opinion, it's one of the better places for it to fly around, because you've got trustworthy people. You could leave. Doug made a TikTok about it the other day. You can leave $1,000 on a kitchen table. It'll sit there for a week. Nobody touches it. But you need some ketchup out of the A unit fridge. They're gonna steal it. So
yeah. Now the disclaimer: every department's got that dirt bag. That one person.
Don't be a dirt bag.
Yeah, everybody's got that one person that if you leave a penny out, he's gonna take it. He's gonna take it quick.
That was mine.
Dude, if that food is not in a drawer and it's not in a bag, it's mine.
It doesn't matter. There's people, it doesn't matter. A unit for lunch, next shift. And you go in there, and the bowl that you put it in with the foil on top is still there. The bowl's empty. Food got ate. It's like, what is going on right now?
It always tastes better when I know whose food I'm eating. That's what I was told.
Oh, this is going to be Freddy's lunch next day? Oh, it tastes so much better.
You know this is going to be good. It's Freddy's.
Do you guys ever have a guy that just tries to use just staples to make a meal?
Oh, the old staple meal.
Sandwich. Oh, yeah.
Or refrigerator soup. You ever heard of that?
Oh, my God.
Refrigerator soup.
You guys have a drawer with all your leftover bread?
Carbs. The carb drawer.
The carb drawer, yeah.
Chips and tortillas, like flour tortilla. All that goes in there. That's usually the drawer that gets hit at 8:15 in the morning. Slide that drawer. Oh, look at that. I got some sun chips.
Yeah. We got a free table.
You have a what?
So
we have a free table. That's where we put all of our bread on, chips, and anything you don't want. I mean, literally, if you brought something from home, I don't know, like an iPad or whatever, you don't want it no more, you put it on that table. If it's on that table, it's free. And I love when people that are assigned to my station, they go and put their grocery bags on there and they leave for the day. It's a free table that way.
Unky puts his probies on that table.
Yeah, please take it.
We don't want this anymore.
Shoot.
That's mean.
So I have a buddy that works for Detroit Fire, and they do theirs a little bit differently. So for Detroit Fire, it's $20 per day, per guy, for food. And the cook for the day is instructed to spend every red cent of that. So there are times that they will come back with cookies and ice cream and like whatever, because that's their thing, is they spend all the money. But one of the
weird idiosyncrasies that I've heard, and I've heard it from multiple guys from multiple stations, is they do something called breakfast soup. And basically it's the shift before's leftovers. They make soup out of it. And so they've got some weird soups like tater tots, like potato soup, but they've got like tater tots and like bratwurst or whatever. It's just, and they throw some chicken broth in there, and then that's what they eat for the first meal of the day, and then they do lunch, and then they do dinner. And I question, I'm like, you're a liar. There's no chance that you do it. He's like, I swear to God. He's like, I've been in two different houses, and both houses do it, breakfast soup. And it's basically you use the leftovers up from the day before.
That just, am I ignorant to say that just seems like a gimmick? Like, it just seems like something that we would do as like a joke. You know, like, hey, what do you want to eat today?
And then
what do you want?
sticks.
Yeah, well, I guess, but I'm like, we would do that like one day. You know, like, hey, we have all this crap in the refrigerator. We need to clean it all out. Hey, let's make a soup out of it. You know what I mean? Like, that would be like a
salami soup.
That's a great idea. You know, like,
Got some leftover salmon and avocado.
what the? Dude, it's so nasty. I don't know. Maybe don't dang it until you try it, or don't whatever.
Don't knock it.
There you go. Thanks. Don't knock it. Anyway. All right, boys.
Well, at least you're not wasting food. And that's one of my biggest like pet peeves is wasting food. I like to try to be more creative, not in a soup form, but
Well, you can put anything in soup.
yeah. I mean, but try to be a little bit more creative, or at least like a lunch, or use the leftover green beans and potatoes for dinner the next night. You know.
So that's why I love cooking on first day of the cycle. I jockey for it because I tend to cook a little heavier portion wise than most people. And so I try and make whatever I'm making, and then it gets used as snacks for the rest of the cycle, or we can repurpose it into something else. Our new guy cooked on Sunday. I cooked Tuesday. Yeah. I don't even know what freaking day it is. I cooked yesterday. He made spaghetti for dinner. Way too much. He cooked way too much. So I was sitting there looking at it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm pulling a wild card for lunch. I made chicken parm for lunch. And everybody sat down and they ate it. They're like, dude, this is delicious. And we all sat there, we're like, oh, but it's like 12:30.
Nap time.
Yeah. And then we went out and did foam ops and pump ops in our gear in 90-degree heat. Guys were like, you're an asshole, Freddie.
We have guys that we now work 48-hour shifts. And so a lot of time guys will sign up, and day one, they'll sign up for dinner on day one and day two. So day one, they'll have meatball subs. Day two, spaghetti and meatballs.
Perfect.
So you're talking, your second meal is going to cost you $1.
Yeah.
Box of noodles. That's fantastic. Well, you encourage that.
Or you run pulled pork, and then your next day you like pulled pork mac and cheese or something like that.
Yeah, a lot of guys do that with pulled pork, and so I've been trying to find something else that's not spaghetti and not pulled pork to make it over 2 days. Maybe Freddy's chicken pot pie.
Yeah,
and we can make soup out of it the next day.
You could do ribs, and then the second day do a McRib.
Okay, there we go. Whoa! Well, I took my ribs. The bones are easy to come out.
Yeah, but Grork says that that's bad. If you're
he's not eating it.
That's what I say. Because when I make ribs
for a competition either.
When I make ribs, the bone just flies right out and it falls apart, and it's delicious.
All I can
competition ribs don't fall off the bone. I'm like, well, good. No competition here.
Yeah, that's what I say about like brisket. I preached it all this weekend at the markets. I was like, everybody makes brisket way too hard. It's very simple. It's time consuming. Yeah, it's very simple to do. But long as you're not going up for competition, I'll teach you how to do it. It's very easy. Like you said, time consuming. You know, all thing you're competing for is two things. It's going to be warm and it's going to be delicious when you eat it.
Yeah.
You ain't going to complain about it. Everybody trims the fat off. Now, granted, I've got Matt here, so everybody trims the fat off and doesn't. I'll leave a little bit of that fat, of course, to get rid of the hard fat. If you don't like it, you can literally just take a spoon and just push it off.
Yeah.
You don't have to eat it. Simple. Anyways, I digress.
When we talk about Matt, we talk about like there being no fat because he's
Has
lean
no
meat,
fat.
cold rolled.
Heart attack prone. Whatever. All right. What else, guys? I think that's it. I don't know. We didn't start the podcast off with mode of silence for all of our brothers and sisters that have taken or had the given.
Yeah, we've lost a few.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and do a moment of silence. Okay. Thank you for that. Also,
Thank you.
MDA. We still need to put that together. We've been kind of slacking. It's been the summer. It's been really tough for us. Thank everybody for letting us have a week off last week. All of us. I was at work for 6 days straight. Freddie, you were in Pigeon Forge, and Unky has twins, and Nick still don't know.
Yes, it's the official return of Unky since his twins.
Yeah. So
Yes,
congratulations. Congratulations.
Glowing. You're glowing.
He's look at him.
Look at him, man.
Yeah. And then Doug's at work today, but Doug was working last week. It's just, it was a crazy week. So we appreciate the time off, and now we're back. So anyways, but yeah, MDA hopefully we're going to do the virtual fill the boot. So we got to get that together in August. It'll be here in the next few weeks. So look out for that. What else, boys? Any other housekeeping?
Yes. Here's the housekeeping. Just to make sure we get it done. Doug's got the biggest department. Kilo meters. We got to see something metric. And that's it. I guess Big City Doug.
Big
City
Doug.
Doug.
Check.
Hey,
Hashtag where's
shouts out to Big City Doug.
Hashtag
the
where's
city
Nick?
needs them.
Hashtag where's Nick?
I think we've covered everything.
Okay, good. All right. There's to another week of the Cool Fireman podcast.
Stay tuned for the Fill the Boot. It's going to come up. We're going to have lots of fun with it. And we want all of you, hopefully I'm talking to thousands, but we want all of you to be involved.
Shift change.
All 10 of you. Shift change, get the hell out of here. Roll it, Gigi.
Before you leave, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and give these firemen a huge thumbs up. Also, make sure you check out thecoolfireman.com for more. Thanks!